Hey guys, I'm Adam with Choate Engineering Performance. What I have here with me today is one of our Duramax cylinder heads. This one specifically is for an LML, but the beauty of the Duramax is GM really didn't change much through the years, and while there are a lot of differences with the head, none of them really, they all had kind of the same issues and didn't have the same issues. It's a pretty consistent platform, not a ton of problems as far as the heads are concerned. So what I'm going to speak about today is all Duramax heads that we offer, what we do to every single one of them, because the process really isn't different from the LB7 all the way up to the L5P. Alright, so when these heads come in, very first thing we do is obviously a light inspection, making sure that these are going to be a good candidate for a remanufacture. They then go through an extensive chemical cleaning process, getting any paint, any rust, any oil, what have you, out of the head, making sure they're surgically clean. From there they go through another inspection process, making sure that there's no cracks, no damage, again making sure that they're good candidates for a remanufacture and they're not going to give you any problems down the road. After that they go through a full machining process, so obviously we're cleaning up threads, running taps down them if we need to, making sure that all the threaded components are perfect. We are doing obviously the surface here gets a full full machining process on it, excuse me, but it's more than just keeping it flat and true and smooth. Today's MLS gaskets require a specific finish to this for them to perform correctly. It's not as easy as just hitting this thing and making sure it's flat and smooth. It can't be too smooth, it can't be too rough, it's got to be at this perfect sweet spot for that gasket to perform correctly. It's a good long process, takes a lot of love, takes a lot of knowledge, but we make sure that we hit that, and we test it with sophisticated equipment to make sure that we have hit that RA factor, roughness average factor, that those gaskets perform correctly at. From there, every single one of these is getting a new valve stem seal. We're grinding all the valves to make sure they're concentric and that they have the right surface to seal correctly. We're cutting new seat profiles in every single one of these, so that it matches with those valves perfectly and they seal perfectly. Obviously we're making sure that the depth here is correct so that you're not running into any piston to valve contact issues. We have also modified that just slightly to help improve valve train life. Basically it's saving your lifters, it's saving your push rods, it's saving your cam, helping save your cam. And on top of that, every single one of these heads gets new injector cups and O-rings. On top of that, we have some options. So if you went with our stage 2 head, you're getting all new springs, all new keepers, all new retainers for your valves. We do also offer for very high horsepower vehicles. This is not really something that you need for a stock or even a slightly above stock performing vehicle. Heavier duty valve springs. Those heavier duty or higher pressure valve springs help eliminate an issue called valve float. So valve float is caused by too much boost, like that's a problem, caused by more boost than stock, bigger turbos, or high RPM. And the issue is that boost will go down and it will actually blow that valve open. The valve will not actually stay closed like it's supposed to. High RPM does the same thing. The problem being, when that piston comes up through its bore and gets to top dead center, if your valve is hanging down there and it's not closed all the way, you're losing performance, of course, but you're also running the risk of piston to valve contact, which can cause some very serious damage to your engine. So by putting larger springs in there, we essentially eliminate that issue. But like I said, again, that is a very high horsepower sort of an option, not necessarily something you want to put on a stock vehicle. The next option that we have for our stage 2, and this head does not have it, but we can machine a groove in here. It's something we do very oftenly, all day, every single day actually. We machine a groove in here and we put a stainless steel ring in there. It's called an O-ring. O-ringing a head just helps head gasket performance even more. So it's doing two things. It's putting more pressure on the gasket against the deck of the block. So obviously that's going to help sealing a little bit more. but the real thing that it's doing there is it's heat dissipation. So heat within the cylinder is one of the main contributors to head gasket failure. By adding that ring in there, it helps dissipate that heat a little bit more. And again, just helps head gasket performance, increase the longevity of that head gasket, help it do its job better for longer. So like I said, 48-hour turnaround on these guys. Basically, give us a call. We'll send some heads out to you. Send us the quote whenever you're ready. Less downtime on your truck. And yeah, Duramax heads, LB7 all the way up to L5P. Let us know if we can help you out. Thanks.